Welcome back to the channel. Today we are back playing some more Sakuna of Rice and Ruin. Last time we got through tilling the earth for the next rice harvest and just went over some general topics that were happening in the world around us, making some quick loach soup there for the winter time. That's also cool that I'll probably go back and do more adjustments in this menu and allow myself to build up like special resistances or probably more health when needed. But I'm just doing the daily checks around the house, trying to find out any spiders, frogs, any of that stuff, make sure I clear it out so that I can have another bountiful rice harvest. So far, the hat and the mask combo that I have on right now is like the goofiest combo that looks together. And I like how it comes off after, or like during the dinner scene. Like it's just doesn't play through the cutscenes all the time. That's something that's really good about this game. It's you don't have the ridiculous character fashion in each time when you play the game, so you just have what it is. So at this time that this video will be being put out, Cyberpunk has been released. And lo and behold, it is plagued with issues, which I expected. I knew, well, I'm excited. So let me preface everything. Have not played it yet. I actually just was able to order a 3070 graphics card, and that will be coming soon. I will get that into my system, and that is when I will boot up Cyberpunk. I'm just being a bit of a purist and waiting because I think I have only a 1050 Ti currently in my system, and I know that game has been taking down PlayStation 4, Xbox, and really just like killing people's expectation of the game and making them feel really bad for buying it. CD Projekt Red had already issued refunds for it. And this reminds me of a situation of what happened with No Man's Sky. Expectations were so high, and I think this is also a problem with the developers this time, where they overpromised and underdelivered. All of the reviews being released were only for PC rigs, so most of the reviewer sites such as IGN and anything else is going to have a pretty powerful machine that'll be able to run these games in the higher graphical content than a base PS4 and Xbox One. I have a friend who had it on PlayStation 4 who sent me screenshots of it, and man, did I love Tekken on PlayStation 1 or Virtua Fighter because it looked blocky, and it had definitely had a lot of problems based off what he was telling me. So, all that aside, I am looking forward to getting the new graphics card in and getting the game going on my PC. Hopefully bringing you guys some new fresh and crispy gameplay as well. Allowing to change it up, move away a little bit from Sakuna of Rice and Ruin. I have got so much backstock footage on this game that I just need to keep going through, doing these voiceover work and making you guys enjoy this enjoyable gameplay for myself. Moving away from the Cyberpunk fiasco, maybe we'll touch back on it later on. But we had the Classic World Tetris Championships. I know that I had mentioned that in a previous video. If you haven't watched it, highly would recommend. It's up on their YouTube channel now. They had put the top 8 out. It was a bunch of newcomers, people who had never been in the top 8, and 2 aka veterans, which the veterans had only been in the top 8 for like 2-3 years prior, so nobody with a lot of longevity in the scene made it into the top 8, but it was filled with a lot of like fresh blood and younger players that it's great to see. Like I've mentioned before, a scene blowing up and having recognition from the younger generation, because like even I am now getting into the tail end of like being outdated and not part of the younger generation. I'm an old man. The future is now, old man. No, I'm just joking. But it's nice to see kids in like 13, 14 grabbing onto these games and bringing new life into them, because yes, they will be the consumers of tomorrow. They will have their parents' money, and then once they get their first job out of high school, be the ones buying and playing these games. So you definitely want to be selling to that market. I'm just interested to see if this grows as an esport and expands. But the top 8 watched it. Can say slightly disappointed. Person I wanted to win didn't win, but of course, no spoiler alerts. I would definitely recommend that everybody go check it out. Watch maybe a video too. Just be impressed by some of these kids' mad Tetris skills. And then, hey, maybe you fall in love with it. Maybe you are destined to be the next Classic World Tetris champion. Then, it would be cool just to be like, oh yeah, I'm better than everybody at a game made in the 80s. Which, oh, fun fact, I've also met the developer from that game. I believe I've said that before, but it's always just blows my mind to have that experience in my life. Like, certain things, just when it comes to gaming, just always stick with me for the rest of time. But also with getting the... So, diving into another topic in terms of graphics card, I broke and I paid above merchandise selling point because I was sick of hopping onto Newegg and hopping onto Best Buy and for one of these drops and like the combo things that Newegg was doing. So alright, so let's go into side tangent. Newegg was selling combos of video cards with additional items attached to it, such as a power supply or RAM. Unfortunately, I had purchased those items back in the summer, so I didn't really need them, and then changed the return policy that said, oh, if you want to return this, you have to return the combo itself and not individual parts, because people were buying combos and returning the individual parts they didn't need, which makes sense. When they changed that policy, a lot of people were like, okay, now I just have to resell it and hopefully make cash off of an item I didn't originally want to buy. Newegg was doing a little bit better of a job of, like, they would post on their Twitter and it's like, hey, new drop is coming at this time. And I sat there and I did the new drop alert maybe 3 or 4 times, and just watching a site struggle so hard to open, to actually get into a place where I needed to click to purchase something, by the time the site loaded, everything was out of stock. So I did it 3 or 4 times, you know, had the slight hope that it would be able to get something that I really wanted, and wasn't able to. At this point, I was going to be paying a higher price for the graphics card. I was going to be paying closer to $100, $150 more, because I had to get the secondary items, and the chance of reselling the secondary items for the amount of money that I paid for is slim to none. So a lot of the items were not very high-end or good parts. A lot of the RAM wasn't 3200 DDR4 RAM, so it was lesser than the stuff I had already had. So I really didn't want to push myself any more than that. And then Best Buy just didn't do anything. I signed up for the EVGA waitlist, but I cracked. I was like, you know what? I want a graphics card. I've been keeping a lookout for it. And I went on eBay, and I paid $50 more than the standard price for an MSI Ventus 3XOC, which at that point I'll take because I was just like, you know what, this is time, gotta make a purchase if I really want it, and if I'm not gonna wait, splash a little cash, as the kids would say. Just makes me so I'm excited for that to come in. It's been a big year with scalpers being a problem and the market being depleted due to COVID. Um, so it's been really weird for just an overall year for gaming. A lot of people who haven't been able to get the systems that they wanted. I had a friend who was just able to get a PS5 digital edition from Best Buy, but like I said, he sat around watching a live stream to be notified, and then had to open two browsers and the app for his transaction to go through, and it finally went through on the app. And like, hopefully he still is able to pick it up. I know there's been problems with Best Buy and Newegg where you are able to place the order, and then a day or two later you get that notification that's like, hey, we actually oversold, so we can't actually get you this anymore. So fingers crossed for him. Fingers crossed for everybody out here trying to find their gaming solution for the end times, because right now we are in a lull. Ooh, and this is probably where I'm going to be quiet and let the next section of the story play out.
お主ら、峠から出て何をしとるんじゃ？
お帰りなさいませ、桜様。おかげさまで、ここいらの野にはもう鬼はおらぬ様子。万が一のことが起きぬよう、足雲も辺りを見回ってくれております。
ほんま、ならば案ずることもないか。
おっさん、野良焦がしてんじゃねえ。晩方までさ終わらねえぞ。
おお、すまぬすまぬ。さくな様、よろしければお手をお貸しいただけませんか。何やら雨雲が近づいておりますゆえ、できれば今日のうちにすべての田植えを終えとうござりまして。
またか。
良いではございませぬか。これだけ田を広げられれば、秋にはさぞ多くの米が取れますぞ。あの厳しい冬を耐え、なるべく種もみに手をつけなんだ甲斐がございましたな。
終わらん。背が痛い。わしはすでに一働きしてきたというに。
つれえのはおめばりじゃねえ。
やめせかいまる。あっち行きさい。お主らは狩りにはいかん。わしの苦労などわからんのじゃ。
おだずなよ。誰がこれだけの田を起こしたんだっぺ。みんな生だらしてねえ。おめが見てねえだけだ。
喧嘩やめましょう。田植えする楽しくいいです。ヘップレシア。
こんなようなもの楽しいわけが。
まんず口動かしてねえで手動かせ。
この気数。おいコッパ、いくらなんでも神や年長者への敬意が足りぬではないか。
えらいふりするなら敬いたくなるほど貸し入れみろ。
せずね、またはたきつけっと。
みんなやめて、やめなさい。
寝つきの悪さよ、泥に足沈め腰を折ると。
どうした？ついに頭に来たか？
いや、今のは田植え歌だ。
さよう。百姓仕事とは喜びにたどり着くまでが長く険しいものにござる。話し込むとついつい不平を口にし、気がめいってしまう。そこ歌えば 辛さも紛れる。なえの放送さよ、我が身放送さよ。
たまげたな。おいらとおっさんとは違う国の生まれだけんども、こりゃ同じ歌だ。続きはこうだべ。月原で願う黄金バラ。
おお、それそれ。いかがですか、さくな様も。
こうなりゃやけじゃ。その歌すべてわしらに教えてみよ
う。では行きますぞ。
上よ根付けよ、根付きの悪さよ、心の弱さよ、泥に足沈め腰を折る、苗の細さよ、我が身細さよ、月原で願う黄金バラ。上よ根付けよ、茎の伸びるわよ、わびしくじだよ、あぜにはもたれず気を受ける、稲葉青さよ、水の青さよ、流れ門の谷の花は咲く、上よ根付けよ、照る日の強さよ、嫁子の強さよ、身をもながらに昼間もち、目の愛しさよ、ややの愛しさよ、起こした土には玉宿る、これでどうだべ。
歌とは大したものなんじゃのう。
終わった終わった。さあ帰って飯にいたしましょう。
まだ終わっとらんぞ。夕げの肉をさばかねばな。わしに田植えを手伝わせた以上、無論お主もやってくれるんじゃろうな。
それは殺生にござりまする。
これは珍しく立場が逆になりましたな。 面白いこともあるものじゃ。
I'm gonna wrap up here, you guys. It's been a nice, wonderful video. I thank you guys so much for watching till the end. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell notification like the dangly thing in the back of Arby's throat, and have a good one.